Welcome to the New Captains of Industry, where we are interviewing the people on the front lines of building business in America, the entrepreneurs. Today with us we have a man who runs a coal company. The coal company is called America West Resources. We have with us today Dan Baker. Welcome, Dan.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here, George. Thank you.
I have to tell my viewers that this company is a portfolio company of the John Thomas Bridge and Opportunity Fund. We got involved with this company 2 years ago, and to date we have put capital in it, and we have been very supportive. So I know quite a bit about this company. We got involved with this company mainly because Dan Baker was a very well-known coal man, and he had a very large coal resource. Why don't you tell our people about the coal resource, our viewers about the coal resources?
I'd be glad to, George. Basically, we're located in central Utah, and we sit on one of the best quality coals in the state, and I believe throughout the country, meaning it's a low sulfur compliant coal. And we are adjacent to one of the largest reserves still left in the state of Utah. Therefore, great opportunity for our company to grow and to be a strong player in the marketplace.
Now, your background, why don't you give our viewers a little bit about your background?
Yes, I have been in the coal industry for over 41 years. I've worked for major companies, Pacific Corp, which is now a Buffett company, Rocky Mountain Power, as well as Consol Energy. I've worked internationally in Australia, Canada, Mexico, and just about every state in the United States that has coal production.
Now, at this point, the company has been growing, and through this recession, you built jobs. Will the company continue to grow and add jobs?
Yes, it will. As we speak today, we've actually added our second continuous miner unit. For the longest time, we only ran with one continuous miner unit. Therefore, with that kind of expansion, we will add roughly 30 employees with each addition of miner units. So we project to have this unit in coal operation as we speak this week, and then the third unit online by the end of the first quarter of 2011.
Tell our viewers, why is it that you had to expand production?
Well, it's the demand. Our company is presently contracted for the next 5 years for continuous miner coal only. But in conjunction with that, it's to supply the needs of the customers that we presently have contracts with, but also we are on a property that we, in the near future, continue to develop to do what is commonly known as longwall mining in underground mining operations. When we get to longwall mining, then that changes the complexity of our company as a whole. It's a safer yet high productive system. For example, with continuous miners, with 3 continuous miners that we have planned, our production rate will be between 1 and 1.3 million tons per year. With a longwall mining unit, we can get into production rates of, say, 5 to 7 million tons per year.
Now, how many operating coal mines are there in Utah now?
Presently, there are 5.
And how many of those mines operate with longwall units?
All but ours.
So longwall coal in the West is extremely more efficient.
It's more efficient, as well as it's safer for the mining environment as well. It's the optimum in underground mining technology.
Now, talk about the quality of the coal compared to other coals like the Powder River. People, when they think of Western coal, they think of Powder River coal.
Well, we're very unique, and as I mentioned earlier, I've worked throughout the United States. This is a high BTU coal, averaging or typical at around 12,000 BTU. The ash is 8 to 10%. The moisture is 6 to 8%. The sulfur is 1/2 of 1%, and the ash fusion temperatures are in excess of 2,400 degrees. With that being said, it is an optimum coal for any coal-fired thermal generation plant in the world.
Now let's talk about a minute about the customers. Who are the customers of America West today?
We have major customers. We just signed a 5-year agreement with Pacific Corp, which is a major utility in the western United States. And in May of this year, prior to the Pacific Corp, we signed a 5-year agreement with Los Angeles Water Power / IPA, which is also a major utility throughout the western United States. So we have basically the two strongest customers in that particular marketplace. We also have an agreement with Amalgamated Sugar, which is located in the state of Idaho. It's kind of a unique situation with Amalgamated because Amalgamated came to us because of our low sulfur content. It is a felony to take over 1% sulfur into the state of Idaho. Amalgamated produces roughly 15% of the U.S.'s sugar that is available in the country. We have a contract with a Chinese group by the name of Meta Mining. They're based out of San Francisco, and we sell the coal to Meta Mining, and Meta Mining will in turn move the coal to China.
Let's talk about China for a minute. You know, everybody I know, and the one reason we got involved with America West was because of that. But what advantage does Western coal have over Eastern coal for China and savings for the end customer?
Well, the big opportunity for Western coal is just simply transportation. Therefore, the Western export areas, whether it be in the state of California or the state of Washington or Oregon or in the Vancouver, Canada, are a lot closer to China. Therefore, China is looking for Western coal as its new marketplace.
Now, when you look forward today with where America West is working and the seam it's working, how many years can you mine coal in the current seam that you're in?
Well, in our current permitted area, at the rate that we're talking, basically we have close to 19 million tons of recoverable coal with longwall mining, roughly 6 years. But adjacent to our property are reserves that are owned by the government as well as by the county, that we have the only logical access to acquire those reserves and to expand. With that being the case, say, for example, at a 5 million ton per year pace, you're probably looking at in excess of 30 years.
That's a long life of coal.
Yes, it is.
And it's very high BTU.
We're very bullish, and we're going to be the stronghold in the state of Utah for coal production, just because of our quality of our coal, our reserve base, and our relationship with the customers that the state of Utah supplies coal to.
Now, Utah's current demand for coal, just the domestic local demand for coal on that market in Utah is what?
It's roughly 26 million tons. Excuse me.
26 million tons a year, and that's now coming out of around 5 operating mines there.
It's actually not coming out of that. That's the market. The problem is that the production has been reduced for for various reasons. And this year, the end of 2010, my projection is that production will be in the 18 to 19 million ton range. Therefore, the state today cannot produce the demand for the historical marketplace of 26 million tons.
And that over time is only going to diminish?
It's going to diminish over time, correct.
And America West...
As America West grows, while our competitors slowly diminish in size, meaning the ability to produce large volumes of coal.
Now, I know this. You're a third-generation miner there in Utah.
That's correct.
So that's fantastic. And while you were at Consol,
yes,
running operations there, they gave you the nickname Dr. Longwall.
Yes, I have been on probably over 150 longwall moves. And I mean, if you're a miner, you know that's pretty significant. You've been around quite a bit with longwall mining operations.
Well, I've got to tell you, what I was most impressed with is that America West had a big reserve.
Right.
It had first-class management that had
Yes.
run. When you were at Consol, you were producing how many tons a year?
72 million sellable tons.
Yeah, so
15 longwalls.
So big production. You came out of retirement to do this.
Yes.
And you've turned the company around, and you're increasing revenues, you're growing jobs, you're growing the company. Seems like you're doing all the right things. We're happy to be invested in the company.
Well, our company is a diamond in the rough, and we are the future for the Utah marketplace as well as the Asian marketplace. And we have a strategy to grow our company over time.
Well, I want to thank you, Dan, for coming on the show today.
It's been my pleasure.
I like to tell people about the company. I like the fact that it's a young American entrepreneurial company that's growing jobs and doing well for the economy and for the local citizens there in Utah. And I want to thank you for your efforts of being an entrepreneur and of building business and therefore doing good by your community and for the nation. Thank you very much for being on the show.
Well, thank you, George. And being a coal miner, we like what we do. So thanks for the opportunity to come and visit with you today. Thank you.
Well, folks, you heard it here at New Captains of Industry, America West Industries, and the CEO, Dan Baker. Thank you.